Hi, and welcome back to the Cheeky Crypto podcast. My name's Chris, and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And I'm going to try to rattle through this quite quickly. I'm really tired. It's 1:30 a.m. in the morning, and it's been another huge, eventful day and very, very long. But we are going to have a look at FTX. We are going to highlight assets that potentially we want to stay away from. Go do your own research, all that wonderful stuff. And I'm not a financial advisor. Treat this as educational purposes only, right? But we've navigated this space remarkably well, if I do say so myself. We highlighted the FTX stuff before 𝗕𝗓 did, gave people ample opportunity to get out, and it's all about retaining your own capital, saving money, not trying to focus on making money at this point, in my opinion. That will rattle a few people. But, at the moment, a lot of people in our Discord have saved an awful lot of money. And I'm very, very happy about that, and excited about turning, to the next stage where we look to make lots of money. But at the moment, we need to navigate the space safely as best we can. I've again highlighted 𝗕𝗀𝗀𝗧𝗏 before most people did, and it highlighted the exposure that they had to FTX. And again, we did that all ahead of time and gave people ample opportunity to get out. I also highlighted 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗏 this morning for people to go do their research on. And, they moved, I think, $85 million worth of crypto in 20 hours. So we're going to dig into all this wonderful stuff. And go through all the projects that are potentially at risk and all that sort of wonderful stuff. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Right, let's get down to the desktop, if I can get my words out, which I'm going to struggle with at 1:30 in the morning with barely any sleep. So who's got exposure? Here we go. Genesis, Wintermute, Multi-Coin Capital, Amber Group, Liquid Meta, CoinShares, to name a few. Now, they have exposure, but it might not just be to FTT and FTX as such. They could hold BTC, ETH, and many other assets. We've seen silly amounts of Bitcoin and ETH go on to exchanges to be sold. So we expect further downside. Be careful. You might not have direct exposure to these companies, but my recommendation, and obviously it's not advice, would be to go away and research these companies, see what exposure you may well have to them unknowingly. So just be aware of that. Here is just some of the examples of 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗏 moving funds to Binance. 50,000 plus Ether there, 15,000 plus Ether there, another 15,000 Ether plus there. So $85 million worth of Ethereum moved in 20 hours by 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗏. Now, when I highlighted this on Twitter, people were telling me to do my research. If you're telling me to do the research when I've called out FTX before anybody else, and it's all well and good YouTubers talking about the corruption of Sam Bankman-Fried, and trying to make out that the whole FTX coming down scenario was all part of that, although you never told anybody to expect a run on FTX, right? It's all well and good doing that. We've been talking about Sam since 2020. And how he operates his businesses for unethically, since 2020. So look, we've been talking about this guy for a long time. I've been very clear I don't like him, and he's not to be trusted. And look, we highlighted the FTX thing, we highlighted the BlockFi, and we have highlighted 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗏. Now, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗏 might be all right, and I've done my research, but there's audits, or at least 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗏 would have you believe that it's an audit. It's not an audit. It's basically it's a third party. They come in, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗏 will sit down and say, they have a list of assets and a list of liabilities, for example. It will all be written down, and they will show it to the third party. The third party will look at it and go, yeah, that's all right. They don't validate it like an audit would require. to say, right, show me the assets, you know, show me them, you know, and that side of things. That isn't what's happening here. And Nexo shouldn't be calling it an audit when it isn't one. I shared the actual so-called audit in our Discord. Discord is the hub of everything we do. It's absolutely free. Link is in the description. Go check it out. There's 4,750 people in there talking about crypto 24/7, supporting one another to navigate the space safely. And you'll hear about everything like this before anybody else in the Discord, before we go anywhere else. So assets that we've probably already touched on for, you know, mainly already. We've got FTT, USDT, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗡𝗡, DAI, ETH, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠, NPXS, Matic, and a Matic's going to be a big one. SRM, BUSD, and Aave. Now, what I'm going to say is I'm not really concerned about BUSD. I'm not massively concerned by USDT, but I would say that's the highest risk stable coin, followed by USDC, in my opinion. Now, I want to talk about BlockFi and every other, like, you know, one of these people that, you know, running these companies. They are full of shit. You can't trust them. And, you know, you got BlockFi here saying, you know, our products are fully operational and basically, you know, we're all right. Don't you worry about what, you know, what's going around. You know, it's just nonsense. We saw this with Celsius. We saw this with Sam when he came out and said, you know, we've got all the assets to cover, you know, customers' deposits. There's an element of truth to that, but it's very deceptive in the respect that, you know, they don't have the liquid assets to be able to sustain a run on the exchange, which is why they paused withdrawals and all that sort of stuff. And I'll come into the amount of corruption that is actually happening in the background whilst we as retail, and I haven't got anything on it, FTX, obviously, because I don't like Sam. I would never have gone near it. But, you know, like, the retail, it's, you know, the withdrawals are closed, but through VCs and, you know, hedge funds and other, you know, huge, powerful corporations that are, you know, exposed to FTX, they've been able to withdraw, and I'll show you the proof. We'll get into all of that wonderful stuff in a moment, which is a real shame. It's disgusting. So let's have a look at some of, like, the conspiracy theories. I don't know whether this stuff is true, but, you know, I haven't had time to look at it. But here we go. Father equals professor of law, mother campaign manager for guess who? US President Joe Biden. What a surprise. We've got father equals higher SEC chairman, and that's Gary Gensler. And then we've got the mysterious quit as head of Alameda a few months ago. We've got here, and I'll drop this into the Discord for you to look through, all the projects that, you know, basically Sam had invested in. We've got all of the projects and the basically Alameda Research and FTX Ventures have in their portfolio as well. So ones to potentially stay clear of. Again, we'll list that in the Discord. And I want to talk about some really interesting stuff and, you know, go research it to validate it. But this is pretty weird, right? If accurate. So 6th of October, a hack drains 580 million BNB. 7th of November, Binance starts dumping 580 million FTT. 7th of November, FTX urges CZ to stop dumping FTT. 8th of November, CC is willing to stop dumping and trade all their FTT if FTX gives them 580 million in BNB. So look, you know, some notes here, which are really, you know, quite interesting. There we go. Yeah, interesting stuff. Now, I want to talk about, like, the amount of corruption. I'm going to probably start to talk about the levels of corruption in time a little bit more, right? Because I think this is just absolutely disgusting. Insiders are withdrawing millions out of FTX as we speak, and this was, you know, it was yesterday in the morning. Now withdrawals are still open for insider accounts, residents of Bahamas plus FTX employees. This has led to insiders buying people multiple million balances for pennies on the dollar and withdrawing them, and you can see the details here. It's absolutely filthy. And again here, you know, SEC chair Gensler slams non-compliant crypto industry amid FTX turmoil. Interesting, Gary Gensler runs to the media while reports to my office allege he was helping Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX work on legal loopholes to obtain a regulatory monopoly. We're looking into this. So lots going on, and you know, BitBoy, to be, you know, fair to the guy, did highlight, you know, some of the other stuff that was happening around Sam that, you know, many people wouldn't have been aware of. So I hope you found this video useful. I will drop everything into the Discord. If you did, mash up that like button, support the channel. We do work tirelessly here to keep you safe as best we can in the space. We won't always get it right, obviously, but, you know, hopefully we will stay ahead and keep you informed about everything that we find out as we find out. Mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.